All right, welcome back to the Higher Ed AV podcast. We are here at ISE 2025 at the HETMA booth, CS220. I am joined by Tyler from Shure. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Thank you. I know that we are very busy, all of us, so we really appreciate you coming to take the time. And I'm hoping you can start us off by telling us a little bit about what you have here at ISE.
Sure, thanks. For a long time, I'm sure a lot of the managers and everybody watching this podcast are familiar with the Shure MXW product line. This was a product line that we launched in 2012 that was handheld microphones and body packs and boundaries and goosenecks. And we didn't really know where this product would end up, but it totally ended up in higher ed. It went everywhere. We had people deploying hundreds and hundreds of channels and managing all those channels across their universities using software that we had put together. And it was an incredibly successful product for us. But 10 years is a long time, and we collected an incredible amount of feedback, and every ounce of that feedback went into this new product line. And so this is our MXW Next product line. We actually launched the 2-channel version last year at ISE, and we're super excited to launch the 4 and the 8 channel this year at this year's ISE.
That sounds great. Can you tell us a little bit more about what makes this so great for higher ed?
Yeah, it's all about flexibility, but we also know that the way higher ed and the way education and hybrid education and remote learning and all that is everything's changed in the past couple of years. And so we couldn't just make a product that hadn't changed as well. And so what this new product does is, first and foremost, extended battery life. We are in the classrooms more and more, and so having battery life that isn't 8 hours or 10 hours, but 20 hours, 40 hours, made a massive impact. But as I mentioned, we also changed the way the system deploys. We made it easier to deploy with a built-in software that can do everything in a single click. But we also added the I/O and the flexibility that people are used to now. So with Next 2, 4, and 8, there's a USB connection on it. So we can plug that right into our Zoom room, and we can get on a call, and we can even get things like mute sync and stuff like that. So if I press the mute button, that tracks through all the way into the call, and we can see that status. And so just a lot of features for how people are learning today.
Great. What do you want listeners to know about your booth here at ISE?
So the booth here at ISE, first off, this is our 100th year in business. And so a lot of the booth is incredible. It's just a lot of history. And, I've been kind of doing this presentation this week already where it talks about, like our new Next product line. We're launching that this year, but if I think back to the first wireless microphones, we were releasing wireless microphones in the 50s, right? So this isn't new technology for us. We've been doing this for a really long time, but it's incredible to see how far we've progressed. And so on top of the history, obviously we're talking about Next 2, 4, and 8, so this really great dynamic system. But we've also launched a whole new set of speakers, passive loudspeakers, and an amplifier. And once again, really targeted at the conferencing and the higher ed space. We know that these spaces are dynamic and they need to scale, and we also know that people have price sensitivities, and that's really what this was targeted for. Is once again, we can have a Next 4 plugged right into our Zoom room and one of our amplifiers and speakers, and now we have a fully functioning audio system. Drop that in our software, one button, everything's connected, and you were pretty much ready to make a call at that point. So,
can you talk a little bit more about some of the specific feedback that you've gotten from higher ed?
Once again, scalability and monitoring, right? Last year we also launched Shure Cloud, and that's a way that we can bring all of these microphone systems in. Like I mentioned, MXW grew so fast for us, we didn't really know where it would go, and we always thought it was going to be 4 over here and 8 over here. And then when universities showed up and said, we're deploying 500 channels next year, and we need to be able to monitor these and know what's happening in our environment, that became critical. And so we had software for that, but now we can move that to the cloud and bring that level of accuracy and that level of redundancy into the system, that if a battery is getting low, somebody can be alerted to know that that battery is low or something was left off the chargers, anything like that. So, when we hear from higher eds, it needs to be simple, cost effective, because they are deploying at a scale that most people don't deploy at. Every room needs technology, and it needs to be reliable and have that level of assurance that it's going to be working day in and day out.
Yes, absolutely. So can you just repeat for us, for the people who are here at the show, where they can find your booth?
So we are in Hall 3. We are 3 North 300, so 3N 300. You can find all of our new products over there. You can also see the history, which is, like I said, incredible. We have a whole timeline, and all of it's over there. It's a really great booth.
Great. And for our friends who couldn't make it to the show, how can they connect with you online?
Pretty simple, Shure.com. Once again, you can find all these new products there, plenty of information and ways to connect with local resources to be able to learn more, try products out, anything like that.
That is awesome. Well, we know that you have 100 years of history and an awesome busy booth, so we're
Yep.
going to let you get back to it. But
Appreciate
thank
that.
you for joining us here at our booth.
Awesome, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.